Welcome to BallinBrothas Sports Network. This is Keyshawn coming at y'all with the Super Bowl champion, Mike Berry. Mike, say hello to the people.
How we doing?
All right, Mike. So we're coming to you because of the simple fact that, you're a back-to-back Super Bowl champion. How does that feel?
It feels good. There's a lot of good players in this league, so you ultimately would want to win it if you can. So to get it done, definitely felt good.
Good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Mike. So the next question is, you've been getting a lot of flack around the league about, your trades. Now there's been rumors that, that you feel as though people aren't treating you with the proper respect that a Super Bowl champ needs. Can you explain on that?
Well, I mean, as far as the trades go, I know I get a hard time about those, but on my end, you're trying to get the best deal you can. Like that's your job as a GM for your team, so trying to make that happen. And then we have a trade committee, so if they approve it, it should be good to go. Once it gets to that point, I feel like we should be all set. So.
Really, nigga?
Now there has been said that that people don't like the fact that maybe you're trying to scheme over other users. That the fact that how you're trying to contracts that are about to expire on other people or people who are about to get old on other people, and they feel as though you're just trying to rebuild in a way and just trying to take over the league. Can you elaborate on that?
That's the game, right? I mean, I think that's what we're trying to do, isn't it? Get younger guys in, develop those guys, get rid of some older guys, keep your team young, keep the contracts cheap, things like that. So, if that's what I'm doing, I hope that's what I'm doing. That's what I feel like we all should try to do.
So, would you suggest this type of game plan for every user in the league?
Hey, man, yeah, absolutely. Now, the thing is, you got to be, if you're going to do it, you have to be able to develop younger guys. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But if you win some games, get your guys a lot of XP and can develop younger guys, it's a good strategy.
All right, Mike. So we're gonna stray off a little bit here from your. Well, we're gonna stay on topic a little bit. Let's talk about your Super Bowl win against Earn. How was he as a opponent?
Uh, Look, it was a good game. Earns a solid player and stuff, so you gotta play well against him.
Okay. Now, there's also been seen that you've been having a little bit of strife with Travis, the Seahawks. I've seen in the comments they have been going back and forth the past two playoffs. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so Travis to me is as good as anybody in this league, and when I play him, I got to play really well to beat him. I've been in this league 3 seasons now,
Mm-hmm.
so
Who the hell cares?
all three of the seasons, either him or I won the league. Whoever won the NFC Championship game between the two of us has gone on to win the league. So it's pretty evident that that's a really big game. And as far as some of the comments and the back and forth, I think we both play this game and are both pretty good at this game. So neither one of us like to lose. So naturally, when you got a couple people that don't like to lose, I think that you can get into some back and forth. So.
All right. Speaking of back and forth, what's good with you, Tef, Rukia, Davey? Like, what's going on there?
Well, with some of the some of the admins, I don't know, man. I've known Ern and Rukia for a long time. Like some of the guys in this league, Tef started playing 2K with these guys back in like 2012. So I feel like if you're competing against somebody like that long, naturally, you're gonna get to a stage where maybe you have a little bit of a run in here or there.
What?
It is what it is. It's all good. What's funny is, look, I think if we were to just hang out in person, that we'd actually probably have a lot in common. It'd be pretty cool. But when we're just competing against each other and stuff, it doesn't really turn out that way. So,
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Well, let's go on a little bit off topic here. Um, who would you say is your toughest competitor to date?
that's Travis. He's really good. You got to play really well to beat him. And he's gonna bring it and stuff. He's not easy to beat. You got to play mistake free. Got to play a smart game and keep the pressure on him for sure.
Alrighty. Is there any team that when you see them on the schedule, like, damn, I don't want to play them?
nobody I want to play. There's nobody that I don't want to play. But again, like when I'm looking at the schedule and it's like who is the toughest opponent I'm going to play this year, Seattle's always to me at the top of that list.
Alrighty. Who would you say is the underdog of the league?
I think that's Pittsburgh. I think this year, as far as an underdog and a team that could actually come out of the AFC this year, I mean, he split with Ern last year, who came out of the AFC. He beat the Colts last year, who's come out of the AFC 2 of the 4 years. So I think he has a chance to make a real run, could win a couple games, and potentially make it to the Super Bowl.
Who would you say is the most underrated?
That's a good question. I actually think that's probably John D. And just because, I don't think anybody, when you're talking about really good teams in this league, that he's one of the first names that come out on a lot of people's lists. But my thing is, dude wins 10, 11 games a season. 2 years ago, he very nearly beat Travis. Last year, he played a really tough game against me. So I think Johnny plays a game where he doesn't beat himself and has an ability to frustrate some people.
All right. Now, I know this has been a talk of the league, and I started this a little bit. So, NFC or AFC, who has the tougher comp?
Come on, man. That is, to me, that is the NFC true and through. The NFC's won the league all 4 years. The 3 years I've been in it, NFC's won the league all 3 of those years.
Yeah, but that's only you and
So
Travis.
I gotta
That's only
go.
you and Travis.
What's that?
That's only you and Travis.
Well, I
Where's
get it,
everybody else
man, but
at?
there's other good dudes in the NFC. So, for example, Quez, he was winning
Yeah, but
10,
Quez was
11,
in the
12
AFC
games
like
a
a few
year.
seasons ago, though.
What's that?
Quez was in the AFC a few seasons ago.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but he was winning like 10, 11, 12 games a year in the AFC. Now he's in the NFC. You got John D's in the NFC, who I was telling you I think is a pretty solid player. And then I even think the 49ers are good. I think, and then the Oilers and the Bears both win 10, 11 games every year. So I think the NFC is pretty good. And if I'm leaving anybody out, I apologize
I
for
just
that.
seen a message from the admin chat that's come up on my phone. Davey said that he's gonna lock down the NFC North this year. Any comment on
That who
that?
will?
Davey.
He said who's gonna lock down the NFC North?
He's gonna lock down the NFC North.
Oh, I hear you.
Alrighty. A few more questions and then you can get on with your day. All right. Last few questions. Is there anybody in the league that you say to watch out for this year? Let's pick one from the AFC and the NFC.
Okay. NFC. Like I said, I know Quez was good when he was in the AFC, so I think he could win some games. I think he could potentially win that division. So I'm looking at him. AFC, like I said, I think Pittsburgh's a pretty good player. So.
Alrighty. So now let's get a little bit deeper here. Is there anybody that you say has the best rookie that that has kind of like gotten a steal in the draft this year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to look at the rosters that much, but I know a lot of guys got some good young guys. So I think about halfway through the season we'll start to see how some of these dudes are using these guys and see what they're doing for their teams. It'll be a lot more prevalent then, for sure.
All right, Davey. Thank you for your time, man. I mean, Mike.
Hey, not a problem. Have a good one, man.
You too, man.